And now we're moving over to the bucket system. This is another great way to plant vegetables. Again, if you live in the city, you are short on space, you need a container garden, you go get yourself at Tractor Supply, if you'd like to sponsor this video. You go get your buckets at Tractor Supply. These are food grade, heavy duty, BPA free buckets that we are planting in. We store our chicken feed in these as well. We store human food in these as well. So they're just versatile, amazing buckets that we get from Tractor Supply. Now what we've done here is we have a 2-bucket system going here. You can do it with 1 bucket, but 2 buckets is actually a lot better. So the top bucket, this is our compost. Again, 4 years old compost that we plant in. The first bucket, we have drilled holes in this bucket. The second bucket has no holes in it. So what happens when we water our plants, the water goes through the soil and will drip out the bottom if it needs to. It prevents overwatering. It prevents root rot. So always drill holes in your containers, or make sure your containers have holes in the bottom so that you don't get waterlogged and you don't get root rot. Now, it's 3 days of a heat wave here in Aroostook County. And as a result, we need to conserve on our well. The excess water that does drain through the soil is caught in this bucket. It does 2 things. There's a humidifying effect where on these hazy, hot, and humid days, the bottom bucket, when it gets full enough, will water the soil from the bottom up. The roots of the tomato plant will grow down as far as it can till it reaches water, and then it will suck up the water by its roots. It's a long root system, and that's what we like to do here on the homestead. Now, this is my husband's Carolina Reaper, and he is also doing the 2-bucket system with the Reaper plant, the Reaper pepper, and we'll let you know how that goes. We've not done the Reaper in a bucket system before. Usually we just direct plant, but he likes to try and experiment with different things, so we are trying it in the bucket system since we have the Reapers, and I filled most of the garden space. We had a little issue with the garden space because of the studio that's being built, and the lumber had to go on some of my garden that was not planted in yet. So I had to give up some gardening space this year, but I wanted to show you guys the bucket system. Like I said, there are a lot of people that live in the city, and they really do want to grow some vegetables. This is a great compact way to grow your vegetables in the urban setting. So grab yourself some buckets at Tractor Supply, grab yourself some nice organic soil, and put your seedlings in, and you too will end up with beautiful, thriving plants in the city where you can feed yourself and your family.